I found a great way to clean the intake manifold out. So the first thing I'll show you is how I clean the injector ports. Make sure you get gloves on because this stuff's really nasty. So let's see, how did I do it? Did I fold it in half? I don't remember. I think I just folded it in half, like that. Yeah, there we go. And then roll it up. Fairly tight. Some of you, this won't be a challenge at all, but we won't go there. Okay, so you got this paper towel rolled up. Now, use whatever carb cleaner junk you have. This thing's really old and it doesn't spray. You can hear the wind behind me. It just kind of pushes out. So you wet the whole thing. Get it soaked. And you can see how crappy that is, right? And you can see how clean that one is. I've done one of these already, but it worked so well. Okay. You twist it to keep it tight and then go up and down. And then you take the outside of this. And sorry if I keep getting in the way. There we go. Then you can take it from the inside a little bit, clean up the that chamfer. And that thing's sterile, man. Let's see. So what we'll try, just for the sake of efficiency here, is turn it inside out. Okay, well I didn't try that last time. Can you guys see this one? Yeah. And then, like I said, up and down, clean the hole out good, and then do whatever it takes to get this entrance done. Oh, that worked out really good. And then take it and touch it up, so that when you put this all together, you're not getting dirt trapped under your O-ring for your fuel injector. If I haven't mentioned it, yeah, I know I haven't, but you guys know by now, this is a 4-liter Jeep intake manifold, 1988. So anyway, it's nice and clean, so you want to, and full of solvents, so you want to use it to clean this up good. You really only need the chamfer and the hole itself cleaned up really well, because that's where the O-ring's going to sit. So, alright, so hang on, I'm going to give you guys a small earthquake after I wipe all the crud off my gloves here so I don't get it all over the camera. So I've done 3, I got 3 more to do, but I just wanted to show you the proof of concept, not bore your brains out. Okay, so we're going to gently, slowly take the camera out, off the tripod, and then show you. Look how sterile clean that is inside. Why do I say it's sterile clean? Because that's what it looked like when I started. See that? That is some pretty awful looking stuff. And that's where the O-ring seats, is down inside that bore about 1/8 of an inch. So you see that? Now, the other thing I'm going to show you is how I cleaned, or that I did clean, the intake. This is going to be a tough thing to shoot. Okay. Jeez, man. Well, anyway, let me try and get you one good surface. This bottom surface in here was caked, and I'm talking up to an 1/8 inch thick. No, seriously. See all this on the floor? That's just what missed the bucket. Okay, lots of carbon in all of these. Now the carbon only went back about 2 inches into the manifold. Other than that, if I could get the lighting halfway decent, you'll see in the back it's just kind of an amber color where the fuel air vapors just went over it, but the last 2 inches just packed. Just absolutely packed with carbon. Oh, look at that. So, how did I do that? I don't have enough hands to show you live and in person, but what I did, it was I took this is a hacksaw blade. It was a good one, but it's all I had, and I put a 90-degree bend in it. See that 90-degree bend? And you just reach in here, you scrape it out, scrape it out, scrape it out, and then also do the top corners. You just got to go back about 2 inches, because after 2 inches there is no carbon. Because, you know, there's guys lighting their manifolds on fire and using oven cleaner and all that shit, and I just didn't want to disassemble all this. There's a lot of plastic on here, and it just wasn't going to work for me. So anyway, that's how I clean these out. Let's see if I can give you a full shot of the tool. See? Just an X-Acto blade that I bent 90 degrees on. That leg on the end of the blade is only about 3/4 of an inch long, so it'll fit in here easily, right? But I scratch it all out with this, and that worked really, really well. And now that I've got all these guys clean, let's see if I can get you a really good view of that. Look at that. Make sure it's focused. You see that? How gorgeous that is? And then, of course, these are complete crap. But that's how they come. This is 1988, never been apart before. So there's other things you got to fix. I'm going to take the EGR off and clean that out because a gasket came with the set. And anyway, so I took the intake manifold, tied it to the engine hoist so it wouldn't fall off my little bar stool. And there we go. We're getting it. Nice and clean, not a lot of work. Gotta vacuum up the floor or I'll track this crap all over the earth, you know. Anyway, it's doing really well. Once this is done and cleaned up, you know, and detailed, there's, you know, hoses that need to be cut off and things like that, then it will go onto the cylinder head and with its buddy, the exhaust manifold that you guys know all about. So what I will do is that you'll see in the head, I'm going to clamp it to the top of this bar stool and then hang both of these intake and exhaust off the side, and it'll be clamped on so it won't fall over. That way I can torque all the bolts, top and bottom, of each runner, intake and exhaust, to specification. So it'll be tight, the gasket will seal right, and we won't have to do this again in a month, right? So once it's on the head, I will hook up the fog machine and test it. Why? Because the cylinder head, all the valves are closed because it's not bolted to the engine. The cam's not pushing the valves open. And that way we can test for every leak this thing could ever have before I bolt it to the engine. I like that idea a lot. Now, I'm going to have to get caps and seal off all these ports and probably hook it right here. This is for the brake booster. Power brake booster. So we're going to find the leaks in this thing, and I'm probably not going to be real happy, but I want this engine to run as good as it can. Once you've done a valve job on it, the performance of the engine goes way, way up. Nobody ever tells you that, but I've done it a number of times in my life, and it makes a huge difference. In fact, the difference in my old vehicles is this. I'd stand on the throttle and I couldn't spin the tires from a standstill. After the valve job, I could spin the hell out of the tires at a standstill. Okay? So the torque and the horsepower go way up when you do a valve job. It's one of the best high performance modifications of our old vehicles that we could ever possibly do. And that's why I have the tooling to do it, because then I can do it cheap. Anyway, alright, that's it for now. The old Renix intake's getting a little refurbishment. And I don't know what else to tell you. Oh yeah, I got to do the face here. I got to clean the face up of this. Just same thing, solvent, paper towels, and it'll be in great shape. to bolt on probably tomorrow. Yeah, some guys want to do their intakes and make them all pretty, raw aluminum and stuff. You know, I'm a performance guy. I'm not heavily into the looks department. So anyway, just got to get these little guys right here done, these other 3 ports, and then the intake face, and this thing will be ready for action. Alright, that's enough rambling. See you, bye.